What's up, guys? In this video I want to talk about true confidence. What is true confidence? First, I need to define what confidence is. I think a lot of people will come to the consensus that confidence is one's sense of self, a self-assurance, one sense of knowing that they exist, not only knowing that they exist, but knowing that they're a being that is capable of what? Capable of doing things that a normal, average human being can do. And I feel like confidence pervades in any society, any culture, any species. Confidence in lions is exhibited by males a lot. A lot of confidence is exhibited by males, and when it comes to dominant males, especially in the lion community, lions exhibit a lot of confidence when they are the larger the lion, the more dominant the male. The more dominant the lion is, the more confidence it exudes. So confidence is a malleable thing, a malleable aspect of the psyche, not only existing in human beings but existing in any species that has a brain, essentially a brain that can be used for competition to compete with the other members of that species. So confidence has a very positive aspects when it comes to giving the individual that is utilizing it, the advantage of using drive to move them to action. So the more confidence one has, the more one can achieve, arguably. So why do I feel that confidence is very important? So confidence can allow somebody to perceive themselves from an objective standpoint, and say to themselves that I can achieve this, I can achieve that, as opposed to somebody that has low confidence, that doesn't have that ability to perceive themselves from an objective standpoint and allow themselves to have that self-esteem and confidence and positivity and optimism to tell themselves that I can achieve this. Whether or not that perception is true or not is not the main point, but as I talked about in my previous video, imagination is important, and I feel like it's not always important to be centered in reality and abiding by by reality. It's very important to have imagination and to utilize imagination to be able to step outside of your comfort zone. Not only to step outside of your comfort zone, but to step outside of reality and create a reality out of imagination, out of what is not real. So let me get back to the main topic. So confidence has many advantages. One of them being that you can one can set really high goals based on one's imagination, or based on how that person feels. And saying that, using the term feels is very relevant in this discussion, because I feel that confidence is not only an aspect or a skill or an aspect of one's psyche, but it's definitely it has an emotional connection. It has an emotional backing. So one feels confident when, well, one can argue that they feel confident. A lot of people use the term "I feel confident." I feel confident, and I feel that's very important that they use the term "feel," because emotion can be seen to be attached to this term confidence. Confidence allows people to walk boldly with their shoulders high and their head high, especially in males. Confidence is very important to be able to attract a mate. As well as females. Females exude confidence in completely different manners to males. There are similarities in the way human beings, as a general species, exude confidence, but in terms of mating and finding and displaying oneself to be able to find a mate, to produce offspring, potentially produce offspring, confidence is displayed in different ways. One of the ways males, for example, exude confidence is to accentuate their most dominant features. For example, large biceps, large triceps, large calf muscles, whatever it may be. These are just examples of physical assets to attract the opposite sex into a partnership. Females, for example, might accentuate their reproductive parts. For example, their hips might be they might wear a tight belt, and tight jeans or tight trousers to be able to accentuate their hips, waist to hip ratio. That's a very important thing that males look for in terms of judging whether a female is able to give birth successfully or not. So let me not get too much into biology, but confidence pervades human beings in every single action we take. Being able to go downstairs and make a meal using very sharp cutlery, or using tools in general, one has to be able to have confidence in using those tools to be able to create a meal for themselves without being afraid of maybe hurting themselves or harming themselves by using those tools. One has to have confidence to an extent to be able to use a car. One has to have confidence to be able to take a driving test. One has to have confidence to a certain degree to be able to hug their mother, to be able to go into a conversation, to be able to apply for a job. So confidence pervades every single action that we take, and confidence is very important, because without confidence, we're removing or we're missing a fundamental aspect of our nature that provides a reason for us to exist. So I want to end the video there before I continue mumbling. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.